cadet, and we got north of Atlanta, and I said, look at the trees blowing. The wind was blowing so much, and all of a sudden it was 68 degrees. I had to go buy a sweatshirt, University of North Georgia hoodie, but it was
that's awesome.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was a great day today. We came off the practice field and caught the last inning of the Braves game, and other than that, it was everything was good to go.
Did they win?
No, they lost. Doggone,
that means they got to come back to Sunday.
We were all huddled around the TV in the field house, and oh man, didn't pull it out.
Well, shucks, they pulled it out last night though. Wow, in dramatic fashion. But anyway, I tell you what. Friday night, it was a different type of atmosphere. Sandy Creek came into town, and for it was 5 years they beat us, and then second year coach Tanner Glisson took his team up to Sandy Creek at homecoming and kind of changed the way Sandy Creek looked at us for at least 3 years now. We came up and whether we played there 2 years and here 1 year, and really just won 3 in a row, and it was really nice to see that. I think they kind of regrouped and got better throughout the last 3 years and decided they wasn't going to have any part of that.
Well, number one, they have a really good football team. They are poised to make a good run in Quad A. Mm-hmm. I mean, they got 8 or 9 Division I commits, and they're really good. They're long, very well coached, and we had not beaten Sandy Creek ever, until 3 years ago, and then we won those 3 in a row. And I think I don't want to say frustration, but they kind of took it out on us Friday night. They were ready. They had us circled, and we were down a couple guys, that I don't know that it would have made that much of a difference. But, they're very well coached, and they're going to make a run. They can stay healthy.
They are. That's a good point. They came into the game, we were 4-1, had lost a tough cross-county rival match a couple weeks ago to Callaway. But we came back and had to fight another tough ball game last week up in Chapel Hill, and you'd said, hey, that particular contest, it was one of those where the benefit of that is the kids knew how to win. They knew to make things happen, and that's kind of what pulled it out for us, the experience, the factor, the know-how-to-win factor at Chapel Hill. Just a different set of circumstances last Friday night at the stadium. But, overall, you take a look and you start looking at everything that you've got to work with and to work on, and I think you pretty much got it figured out as what you're going to do going forward.
Feel like, honestly, we feel like we're sitting at a pretty good spot. The last 4 weeks we played a 4-2 Harris County team, a 5-1 Callaway team, a 3-2 Chapel Hill team, and then a 5-0 Sandy Creek team. And those are 4 really good playoff teams that we played. Harris County in 5A. I'm not so sure that Callaway's not going to win AA. And then 2 playoff teams in Quad A in our classification. And no not to anybody, but Sandy Creek was probably the best one that we had played. They're just really long, they're really athletic. Got 28 seniors, offensive lines all seniors, and so they're really, really, really good.
And they've got the big kid on defense, that defensive end, number 99.
He's going to Arizona State.
Tall drink of water. He's kind of like Royce White. He could probably stand to put on about 30 or 40 pounds, but just a tall kid. He looked like and I made a comment on the radio that he kind of looked like a smaller King Makuta in that he was just so long-armed and
he's not
knocked down a couple
He's not
passes.
a runner like King is, but he's tough up there in the inside. And like I said, he's going to Arizona State. I thought the running back, he's going to Western Kentucky, and I thought he was – because he was so big. I mean, he was like 225 pounds, 220 pounds.
And about 6 foot, 6 foot 1.
Yeah, he's a big old joker. And then the one-handed catch that the kid going to Alabama made in the end zone is as good as you'll ever see.
And, it didn't matter who was defending him. He would have been the only one that could have made that catch. Going back, hand over his head. You just got to clap for the kid. I mean, what a tremendous one-handed catch.
It was, I was about 20 yards from it, and it was a pretty – what can you say?
You're going to say, like, hey, good job, buddy. Yeah. Hey, with that, you're listening to Troup High Coaches Show. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson here on Eagle Sports. We'll see you in just a second.
Isn't life crazy? One day, your fender gets dented by a runaway shopping cart. The next day, your kid's college entrance exam is a runaway success.
Yes, I got accepted.
But that's life. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. No worries, your State Farm agent is here in all of life's moments, the good and the not so good, to help life go right. So good day, bad day, any day, let's talk.
State Farm agent Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange.
If you need medical treatment at the highest level and want care that's personal, turn to Wellstar. We offer the latest procedures at Georgia's first certified comprehensive cardiac center, along with an innovative approach to fighting cancer, where specialists collaborate to accelerate diagnosis and treatment. We're also home to a top-level stroke program that performs life-saving operations every day. At Wellstar, we care for the whole you. Learn more at wellstar.org.
Hey, Coach, you need helmets? We got Shutt and DeMarini. You need footballs, baseball, or softballs? We've got Wilson. You need uniforms for football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, or other sports? We've got Russell, Badger, Allison, Holloway, and others. For all your sporting good needs, give Mud Creek a call today at 706-884-5592.
Remember to visit Mud Creek Graphics at 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange, and remember to like them on the Books of Faces, that's Facebook, at Mud Creek Graphics.
Hi, football fans. Jonathan Moosemat from Glenn Smith in Opelika. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football. We also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We salute the team, coaches, band, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and fans. We are proud to be your Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer with over 600 new and used vehicles every day. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Get ready to smile.
Now back to the Kia of LaGrange Coaches Show, live at Your Pie LaGrange.
Hey, we're here live at Your Pie Pizza, True Pie Coaches Show, all the coaches shows, sponsored by Kia of LaGrange. You know, we missed talking to old Todd tonight, but, you know, if you guys get a chance, a little punch for them is get out there and visit Kia of LaGrange. You know, Coleman was telling me earlier today, I was down at the station, and he was talking about how he drove the K car back last week, and I wished he was here to verify, but he said that thing will go. I said, better than the Stinger? He said, well, yeah. I said, how do you know? He said, because Andrew Caraway was behind me, and he called me out on it. He said, boy, you driving that thing fast? I said, yeah, well, you know, you got to let it show out. It might have sold 3 cars this week seeing that car go fast. But, yeah, it's nice. The guys at Kia of LaGrange have always been real good to sponsor all the programs, and it just we appreciate all that they do for us. But, you know, let's get back to Friday night. You know, the kicking game, you know, a lot of people are some people have mentioned, hey, you know, gosh, we just really don't have anybody we can go deep with. And there's people who say, hey, do we? Or is the coach just – is that one of his strategies? And you know, maybe let you talk about that.
Well, first of all, we don't have anybody that can really put it down there. We have guys that can put it what I call just right, and just right being not high enough and not deep enough, you know, down around the 7, 8, 9 yard line, but no chance of getting it in the end zone.
I got you.
And out kicking your coverage.
Yeah.
The problem that we're having now is we're trying to pooch and mortar kick, directional kick, but it's got to be in the air at least 3 seconds plus.
Yeah.
We have practice. We're getting it 3.1, 3.2, 3.3.
Yeah.
And then in the game, for some reason, we're getting 2.8, 2.9. And so, you know, we got to just keep working on that. Now, that being said, we have 4 kickers. All 4 of them are competing every day, but all 4 of them, 2 of them are freshmen, 2 of them are sophomores.
Yeah.
And only one of them, the sophomore, has ever even been on a football field, you know, doing what he's doing. So, you know, it's going to come. We tweaked some things with it today, and you know, it's something we just continue to work on. You know, and 2, you know, we're trying to get better personnel on the kickoff team too, and so we'll see. But there's a science to it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And so we'll hope to try to get it solved sooner rather than later.
Okay. Well, I think it's a good strategy. If you can keep the ball up there, you get down, you arrive about the same time.
The kicker is – no pun intended.
Yeah.
But the kicker is, you know, that thing's got to be in the air 3+ seconds, which gives us – and it goes back to fine-tuning your stance on how you get off when the ball's kicked. But we need to be within 7 or 8 yards of the receiver when he catches the ball. The return guy. So you do your math and you add it up and you do all this. You know, if we can get it 3+ and we have good get-offs, then we should be in good position to try to get him down. But if we kick it any further than that, you know, then they get a chance to set up basically with an offensive play.
That's true.
You know, and two times people have tried to run a little trick play on us because of our backside contain and throw it across the field.
Oh, that's true.
And they did it at Harris County, and then Sandy Creek opened up with it Friday.
Sure did.
And so you
and
know,
that was a forward pass by Sandy Creek, by the way.
It was, and we covered it much better this time, even though we gave up a few yards. But, Nick Schweizer did a good job this time recognizing it, and it was something we went and worked off of. And so we'll see. We're very aware of that. We're working really hard at it. Worked it today, for a long time. So we'll see.
So, and we look at just move the offensive side of the ball. You look and you've got really only one senior. You've got other kids. Will Cooley, Tyler Kitchen had some playing time last year. Royce White had some playing time filling in on the defensive line. You've moved him over to left tackle and doing a fine job. What I see, he's got a congratulations. I don't know if we talked about it last week, but I want to make sure it gets noticed that congratulations to Royce White. He's Georgia Tech's offered him, and man, I'm just so proud of that boy.
We are too. We're extremely proud of him, but he's still. Going, he just played his 6th game ever for us at offensive line.
Yep.
So it's still a learning curve. Now, I do believe this is the most athletic, and these guys, you just can move, the most athletic offensive line we've had. Now, what's hurting us a little bit right now is being able to stretch the field in the throwing game.
Yeah.
We still got to be able to throw the ball to get people out of the box, because people are going to put 8 people in the box. I don't care how good your offensive line is. And you saw a little bit of that versus Chapel Hill and a little bit of it Friday night.
Yeah. Saw a little bit of it down south Saturday, too. It's like, hey, Gus, I know what's about to happen.
Well,
you just sometimes it's easy to see. Sometimes you don't see it because they wait till the last second to sneak up there. But
yeah.
Which leads me to how's Trey doing? Trey Williams.
Trey's doing really good. Trey, I'm very proud of Trey. Knock on wood. Nobody wants. I guess nobody, but we didn't plan to be 4-2.
Yeah.
We had hoped to be better. But I am extremely excited about how healthy we are now. We're beat up.
Yeah.
Because we just played 4 really tough, grueling games in
back
a row.
to back, yeah.
Physical games. We're beat up, bumps and bruises and this and that, but we are extremely healthy.
Okay.
And Jace Godwin was out Friday with a hip pointer and should be ready to roll. He practiced today for the first time in a minute. And the practice, going back to that, the practice that we had today was the best practice we had all year long. They were super excited. We had told them early last week that we were going to give them Monday off. And to a man, when the game was over with Friday night, the player council came to me and said, hey, we're practicing Monday. And I said, okay. and they are very determined. They're a very resilient group. They like the game. They like practice. And so I think we're in a good position.
Good. I tell you what, speaking of position, you guys come on out. Join us. We got a nice crowd out here tonight at Your Pie Pizza supporting all local high school teams and LaGrange College as well. You guys come on out, have some pizza. You're listening to Troup High Coaches Show on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. T.O.D.D. Tide Parish at Kill LaGrange. Whether it's the Dogs, Tigers, or the Tide, the best part of the big game is tailgating. This season, do it in style in the 2019 Kia Sorrento L. Plenty of room in the front for the fans and lots of space in the back for the grill and the groceries. Drive one away today for only $23,990. And don't forget that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Shop us online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Stock number 111754. See Kia of LaGrange for complete details. Expires 10/31/19. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service.
Bravo!
It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality service. Some might call that old school. Then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com for all your insurance needs. It's the Mallory Agency.
Precision Auto Body started after Eddie Bartlett painted
Hello.
his first bike when he was a kid.
Hey, Todd, this is Greg Hicks.
Hello.
Hey, Todd, can you hear me? This is Greg Hicks at Troup Football.
Hello.
Todd, can you hear me?
right here in LaGrange, Georgia.
Todd, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, man. Got you now.
Perfect. Good. All right. This is Greg Hicks with the Troop Coaches Show. We kind of want to give you a holler when we come back. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. You got something a car you want to promote, or just everybody?
Yeah, I'll talk about. I like to talk about my employees, man.
Let's do it. I like to talk about mine too, but normally it's behind closed doors with a stick in my hand. No, I'm just messing with you.
I understand. Sometimes that's the way it is.
I do bring them donuts though.
They proudly serve only
That's
U.S.
okay.
farm-raised
That's
catfish.
okay.
So dine in.
You know, I've told you before, there's probably not a whole lot of people listening.
Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
at 117
You know what?
New Franklin Road in LaGrange.
I say it.
Come join the crowd at
it.
Rogers Barbecue.
Now back to the Kia of
She's
LaGrange.
my boss.
Live at your pilot.
All right. Welcome back to the Troop High Coaches Show. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. And we've got Kia of LaGrange, Todd Parrish on the line. Todd, how you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing great, man. Had a good day at the store today, and off to a good start in October. Of course, October is something that we celebrate breast cancer awareness, something we're big on. And I know there's some folks out there that have family members that's probably had some type of cancer, and we're just trying to support and hopefully one day have something that can cure all this devilish stuff that we have going on. But good day at Kia LaGrange, and I want to say one thing about things that we don't get to talk about much is our employees, and I tell you, without the great people at Kia LaGrange, and I'm talking about from service, parts and accounting, sales, and detail, everybody makes up that beautiful store, and I just like to give a shout out to my employees and thank them for what they do, and I appreciate all the effort they put into it each and every day.
You know, those service guys, those service people are kind of like the old line. They don't get a lot of respect. They don't get a lot of mention sometimes, but, they're key ingredients to the entire recipe of what goes into good customer service and good product and just a good experience when you're dealing with Kia of LaGrange.
Well, that's right. And I tell people, too, about 10 years ago, I came up with a new pay plan that don't pay our salespeople on just strictly commission and stuff like that. It's a salary-based and then unit-based type deal. It's worked out really, really good for us. And, I just try to move along with the times as it's not old car rules back in the day. You got to move in with the times and what people expect. And at the end of the day, that's good service. Everything's done on computers a lot and internet, whatnot, but we'll go 200 miles and deliver a car for free. It doesn't matter. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure that customer is satisfied.
Well, with the internet and people able to research, and they're well versed when they come on the lot and have already pretty much – they know a lot about the car, and they need that representation. And it's nice to know when they're not under a pressured situation and can just have a good conversation with a sales person that you have that can talk to them and educate them about the car, maybe some stuff that they didn't find out on the internet. But it does make the entire experience much more enjoyable. So it's kudos to you for developing that pay program.
And I'll tell you, one other thing is, of course, we have 4 President's Awards, and that's your top 30 dealers in the United States out of about 800 dealers. And our service department was number 2 in the nation and number 1 in the region. And I tell you, you're right. It's we won't make everybody happy, but I tell you what, we'll go to the end of the world to try to make it happen. And again, I thank my customers and I thank my employees for all they do every day. And it's not easy, but you know what? Those guys are fighters. And I appreciate, again, what they do for us. And guess what we do? We appreciate good old high school football is what we like, too. And we appreciate what those kids do. We love them coaches and what they do. And I like to see everybody in the Troup County, LaGrange area just get out there and kick butt and enjoy themselves. And I want the kids to understand that, and you and I know this, that, hey, man, time flies. So when you're out there on that ball field, enjoy it, man. Take it all in.
Absolutely, absolutely. We talk about how many hours you put in and your salespeople and all put in a ton of hours. Hey, every one of these football coaches during football season and then even after football season to January and February, they may have a little break through the year, but, man, an 80-hour work week is certainly nothing uncommon for all these football coaches. So kudos to you guys and all the area football coaches as well. Todd, we appreciate everything that you do here, sponsoring these Monday night football programs. Just want to say a big thank you from Eagle Radio and Eagle Sports.
And I appreciate you. Hey, guys, I took my mother and my pops over to Your Pie the other day for lunch. Hey, you guys need to go check it out. These guys are off the chain. Go get you something to eat, man. It'll be good for your little tum-tum, and it's healthy for you, too.
Yeah, absolutely. They do a fine job over there. Hey, Todd Parrish, thank you very much from
All
Key
right,
of
brother.
LaGrange.
Thank you.
You bet. Hey, Coach.
All right, bye-bye.
So, getting back to the Troup High football, we've got an off week this week, and y'all, so the player council, who's typically seniors and or leaders chosen by pretty much you guys, and maybe even the players may have something to say about it. But what a neat thing to do. And, they said, hey, look, we're going to practice. And the team bought in, and I can only assume that 100% of everybody who was healthy enough practiced today.
Well, it was, we had planned all week to give them that day off. And they were just adamant about, hey, we're going to practice. And not mad or frustrated, just with a great attitude about, hey, we're just trying to get better. We have high expectations of ourselves, and we went out there today and really embraced it and really got after it. We know you all heard your record is. We're 4-2. We know who we are. We know where we've been. But we also think our best football is ahead of us. And so we went out there today and really had a great practice. And the weather was a little bit cooler, so you may see some guys in some different spots. Going down the road a little bit, and so we'll see.
Okay. Well, I've always said, Todd talked about his employees and stuff, and kind of like your players. If you do something and it doesn't turn out the way you want it, maybe you made a mistake or just whatever, I'm kind of hoping it bothers you just a little bit.
Yeah.
That to the point where you want to do better. And what that says to me is your player said, you know what? We could have done better. Let's practice. Let's keep moving forward because
and let me say this about those guys. Number one, sometimes our head coach may overthink things a little bit too, and those guys have done exactly what we've asked them to do. Have they been perfect in the execution? No. Yeah. But has the effort been perfect? Yeah, their effort's been really good. Their head coach devised this master plan about not playing people. Trying to keep the mileage off some of our legs,
I got you.
For a long season in the heat. And so, it can be argued one way. I don't think we can make a decision whether that was good or not yet. We'll have to kind of wait and see it play out. That's right. And but I feel like we're going to be fresh for the second half of the season and pretty excited about it.
Good. I tell you what, we're going to take the last break of tonight on your Troup High Coaches Show, and we'll be back to wrap things up and talk about what's going on at Troup High School over the next 2 weeks because we've got a break this Friday night. But with that, you're listening to Troup High Football on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. TODD Todd Parrish at Key of LaGrange. Whether it's the Dogs, Tigers, or the Tide, the best part of the big game is tailgating. This season, do it in style in the 2019 Kia Sorrento L. Plenty of room in the front for the fans and lots of space in the back for the grill and the groceries. Drive one away today for only $23,990. And don't forget that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Shop us online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Stock number 111754. See Key of LaGrange for complete details. Expires 10/31/19.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows. No matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans from $300 to $15,000 with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit onefc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston physicians are on the sidelines providing immediate care to athletes after an injury. Houston physicians have been on the sidelines of football games since Dr. Houston started the tradition 60 years ago with the Auburn Tigers. The Houston Sports Medicine team provides high school pre-participation physicals, sideline coverage, and Saturday morning injury clinics at the Jack Houston Memorial Hospital during football season. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation care can be a game changer too. Contact the LaGrange Houston Clinic at 706-884-3274.
Don't
Don't you buy no ugly shirt now.
That's right. To get a good-looking shirt is now a lot easier at Mud Creek Graphics. The creek has risen to downtown LaGrange at 211 Greenville Street. Mud Creek Graphics location is perfect for you to come in and pick out your good-looking shirt and have them custom printed. So go with the flow and come visit us at Mud Creek Graphics, 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange. Remember to like us on the Book of Faces, that's Facebook, at Mud Creek Graphics.
Now back to the Kia of LaGrange Coaches Show, live at Your Pie LaGrange.
Welcome back to Your Pie of LaGrange and Troup High Coaches Show. We're, man, again, I said earlier, we got a great crowd here tonight. Seems like as each week, it just on and on and on. From LaGrange College with Jack Mormon hosting that show, and then comes in with Callaway and Andrew Caraway, and then me and you, Coach Gliss here with Troup, and then Jack will finish up with Coach Gibbs at LaGrange High School. Man, it's just a lot of participation. You like to see the fans come out, and when it all said and done, we're still one big community, and it's just nice to see the crowd come out and eat pizza, and it's just have conversation with each other and just listen to what the coaches have to say.
Well, when it's all said and done, all three high schools are going to graduate kids that are going to live amongst each other, and that's what it's all about. And the good thing about Troup County and in general is there's really good football in this area.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one particular school.
Yeah.
Even with LaGrange right now, they have a rich tradition.
That's right.
And of course what Callaway's been doing, and we're kind of up and coming a little bit. So, there's really good football in this area.
Well, speaking of football, we're off this Friday night. And, Coach, as far as your practice schedules go, but, I know you'll work it out. You might give them a day or two off, who knows. But then next week, you're back into the grind of things as far as game prep, as you'll be prepping this time next week. We'll be talking about how you're prepping for LaGrange, and it's the crosstown rival, been there for years, and should stand to be a really good community interest game. And you got some other things going on during that game.
This week we're going to get after it. Today we had a really good practice. Tomorrow we'll go back at it. Wednesday, Thursday we have a JV game versus Harris County. I'm interested to see that Long Cane Garner Newman game for the for the championship or for the number one seed, I guess. And then we'll get the boys the day off on Friday.
Okay.
And then we'll come out and start prepping for LaGrange. Right now we're working on our sales. But I do know it's important to our guys. They set goals beginning the season, and one of those goals was to go 4-0 versus our crosstown rival that had never been done at Troup.
I got you. Well,
and so that's important to those guys.
Huge.
And, and that's a really good thing. It's a really great rivalry. It's like I don't know if it's as much hatred as Auburn, Alabama, but it's an Auburn, Alabama type.
Good intensity.
Well, I remember the first year coming over here, and we played the first game of the season. And all season, that's all I heard. And I was like, guys, this is one game.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you lose one time and you'll see. And so sure enough, we lost that first one. That's the last one we've lost, thank goodness. And but we're going to have the Battle of the Harvest going on. That is for a great cause with canned goods and all that kind of stuff. And it's also they're selling T-shirts for breast cancer awareness, and all the proceeds are going to do that for research. And both schools are doing a great job with that. And so it's fun to be in that kind of rivalry. And I think there's a mutual respect for each other.
There is. It's not just a football team. It's fan base can get out there and battle for the harvest battle and raise money for cancer awareness. Hey, with that, I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. You've been listening to the Troup High Coaches Show, live on Eagle Sports from Your Pie Pizza. We'll see you guys next Monday night.
My whole business just went up